I mean, how much were you salivating at the opportunity of a fight with Nate Diaz? When Dana started saying that maybe they had just released him, and then he suggested the fight.
I mean, Dana said it. He said that's the fight, and I think, you know, if Dana wants to let that happen, then I'm down.
Tell me
that's a massive fight.
Tell me that's not the biggest
fight. That's 1-2 million pay-per-views right there, easily. And I think it's a good fight as well. A really competitive fight, and it'll be interesting to test my skills, and I'll be excited for that. Obviously, he has one more fight or two more fights or something under his contract.
One more.
But they won't give it to him.
Why not make that the last fight? If Dana's going to talk shit about him.
I said to Dana that I will fight for free against Nate Diaz. All he has to do is raise the fighter pay minimum to $50K and provide them health care. And I'll fight Nate Diaz for free as his last fight, MMA.
That would cover a lot.
You were going to fight him in MMA
I'll
rules.
fight him in the octagon, in the UFC for free.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
100%.
Would you let Dana White put his big toe in your belly button?
Okay, no.
For that same thing. For that same thing.
locked down,
For that
that's
same thing. Hold
If
on.
it's for the fighters, if it is for fighter pay, Dana White can touch my belly button.
Wow.
With his big toe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's big.
That's
right?
big.
I don't think Dana cares that much, guys.
That's big though.
Yo, the Nate fight you would do in MMA, but can you even grapple and shit?
I have a wrestling background.
Up until when, though? Because a lot of people say they got a background, but it's like high school.
Up until the junior year of high school.
And the tricky thing about wrestling is that, like, that's when jiu-jitsu begins,
So
right? Like, you're on the ground.
just look at his last fight with Leon Edwards, or that might not have been. Yeah, I think it is his last fight. And it's virtually not on the ground at all.
Yeah.
And my striking, I think, is better than Nate Diaz. He goes for a takedown, I fucking sprawl and get out of it. You know? So I wouldn't be worried about that. And then I would just outstrike him.
What weight
175.
could you get down to 175?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you walk around at?
No, like 196.
Okay.
Right now, walking around 196, 198. But could make it down to 175 for the right money.
Yeah.
For the right money.
I mean, he might come up. He fights at 170.
So that, I mean, it makes sense to do it at 175.
But why not do the boxing match? I think people want the boxing match. I think that the MMA fight is people would see you at too much of a disadvantage. I think boxing, people want to see, the people who don't like you want to see you get exposed, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. Oh, this guy's going to beat Jake Paul. It was the same thing, like, this is crazy to make the comparison, but like, you know, I'm a huge Floyd fan, and like watching what happened with Floyd, like people were paying money to see him lose. And he made so much fucking money.
Yeah, not in terms of skill maybe, but in terms of this guy's so good at playing the villain. I want to pay to see him lose.
Yeah.
Which again is genius.
I think that's the perfect thing. And then Nate, everybody's like, oh, Nate's got good striking. Maybe Nate could be the guy to do it. You have this cool riff with MMA. That's a massive fucking fight. Tommy, stay in England.
Yeah, but for me, it's about fighting the professional boxer and
You wanna
shutting
check
that
that off.
crowd up.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you gave me a professional boxer and I knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now I'll fight Nate Diaz.
But they're
or
already
whoever.
preparing for that. Like,
And
I
they're
see
always gonna do it.
Eddie Hearn doing that. Did you see what he said recently? Where he's like, now on paper, you know, Tommy should beat Jake, but Tommy's not good at boxing either. So it's like you're already discrediting your own fighter.
It's like,
yeah.
it's like when Drake drops this recent album.
Fire, by the
and
way.
it's fucking great.
Thank
And
you.
The fucking internet.
That's the straightest thing you said on this
the
podcast.
internet fucking idiots just compile together because they have nothing else to do and they start hating on it.
Yeah.
But the album goes #1. The Jimmy Cook song goes #1 on Billboard. And it's like people are playing the song every single day. So Drake could be at he's the best artist in the world, the greatest of all time, and everyone still wants to critique him. There's always going to be that crowd there, and it's just that's what it's going to be for me when I beat Tommy Fury and I beat the professional boxer. It'll never be enough. They'll be like, okay, well now fight a world champion.
But that goes against what you just said, which is I want to fight Tommy to shut them up. Then you just said they'll never shut up.
But they'll have to respect it and eat their own words of like, well, when he fights a real boxer.
They can't say, exactly. They can't say he can't beat a boxer.
Yeah, no, exactly. And of course, Eddie Hearn is already preparing his excuse.
Dude, he's preparing it.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's a weasel. He's a snake. Snake guy right there.
Okay, go in on this.
It's like
this seems like a good clip.
I mean, it's
We're getting the title already.
This is good for YouTube. Yeah. What do you mean he's a weasel?
Hey guys, I'm in the flagrant clip.